Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see other and dishes question that came in CodeChef November long challenge. If you have not tried this question till now, I will recommend you just go and try this question for once. And if you are not able to do or facing any problem, then see this video. Okay. In this video, I will explain you about the question firstly. Then I will tell you approach to solve this question, that what approach we can build. Then later on, I will also show the implementation. This is the basically the observation question. We can, if we are able to solve some test cases and observe while solving those test cases, we can observe something, then we can solve this question very easily. Now let's understand this question first. Okay. Chef Ada is preparing n dishes. Here n is the number of dishes, numbered 1 through n. For each valid I, it takes ci minutes to prepare the higher dish. So if suppose number of dishes is 3, and first dish is taking 5 minutes. So this line means that for each valid I, that is Ci, C1 is equal to 5. This is the meaning of this line. Now let's move further. The dishes can be prepared in any order. Suppose if n is equal to 3 and second dish is getting prepared in 2 minutes, third dish is getting prepared in 3 minutes. So if we number, this is equal to first dish, this is second dish, this is third dish. So we can firstly pick and prepare first dish, then we can pick and prepare second dish, then we can pick and prepare third dish. Simply we can do like 2-1-3 or 3-1-2 or 3-2-1. There is no order. There is no specific order. You can choose any dish firstly and you can continue with any dish which is not prepared until. Okay, let's move. Let's read further. Ada has a kitchen with two identical burners. Suppose there are two burners. This is burner 1 and this is burner 2. Let's denote it with B1 and B2. For each valid I, to prepare the higher dish, she puts it on one of the burner and after Ci minutes removes it from this burner. So for each, suppose if 3, 1, 2, 3. First dish is getting prepared in 1 minute, second dish is getting prepared in 2 minutes, third dish is getting prepared in 3 minutes. Now she takes any of these dishes, any of the add dishes, and she will put it on any of the burner. Okay. And she will remove it after Ci minutes. Ci minutes, if that is denoted by the total time that is required to prepare this dish. Okay. Now let's read further, that the dish may not be removed from the burner before those Ci minutes. Okay, so we cannot remove from the burner until this. If I have picked up this first dish, so we cannot remove it until 1 minute is completed. We cannot before remove it before 1 minute. We will only remove it when 1 minute is completed. Okay, now let's read further. Because otherwise it cools down and gets spoiled. Any two dishes may be prepared simultaneously. However, no two dishes may be on the same burner at the same time. Now we can pick dish 1 and prepare in burner 1. At same time, we can also pick dish 2 and prepare in burner 2 simultaneously. But we cannot pick at the same time. We cannot pick this third dish and prepare it in burner 1 or burner 2 because already a dish is getting prepared. Okay, so until and unless this is not completed, this time duration is not completed, we cannot bring this third dish into our play. Okay, this is what this question is saying. Now let's read further. Ada may remove a dish from burner and put another dish on the same burner at the same time. So if this after 1 minute this dish will be completed, this first dish will be completed, then after 1 minute this 3 can come and this third dish can come and get prepared in 3 minutes. Okay, this is what this line is saying. That let's understand it once again, that if there are two burner B1 and B2 and I can prepare a dish at same time at both burner 1, suppose dish 1 is prepared in burner 1 and dish 2 is prepared in burner 2 at same time, but at same time we cannot prepare more than one dish at same burner. We can prepare in different burner, but we cannot prepare in same burner. This is what this last 2-3 lines means. Now what we have to find, that what is the minimum time needed to prepare all dishes. That is, if I have to prepare these 3 dishes, then what is the minimum time required? What is the total time required to prepare this all dishes? This is what we have to find. If we pick, suppose it is 3-1-2-3. This is burner 1, this is burner 2. I picked up this in first dish and placed in burner 1. Second dish I picked up and placed in burner 2. After 1 minute, this got prepared, and this is still being prepared. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. This in this After 1 minute, it requires one more minute. Now this, which is empty after 1 minute, this is empty. So this 3 will come here. Okay. Now after 3 minutes, this will get prepared, and during this, while it is getting prepared, this will be get prepared after 1 minute. Okay. So total time which we can require in this burner, only 2 minutes have been occupied. In this burner was occupied for 4 minutes. We will take max of these two to get the total time, and we are getting 4 here. You can see that we are getting 4 here. So 4 is total time if we took the sequence, 1 here, 3 in 2 in second burner, 3 in then again first one. Now can we reduce this time? Can we reduce this time in further lower? Let's take this 2 burner here, first burner, second burner, and in first burner, let's take the first dish and prepare it. And in second burner, let's take the third dish and prepare. Now it is getting prepared. After 1 minute, this burner will be empty. So we can bring this second dish here also. We will put the second dish here. So after 2 minutes, this will also get prepared, and it will take total time 3 minutes. This burner will be also taking total time 3 minutes to prepare this. So maximum of these two is 3. So total time taken to prepare all dishes is only 3 minutes, which is less than 4. So we will choose 3 as our answer. So this is what this question means. This was the explanation of the question and test case. Now we will see some approach that how we can solve this question. Okay, so now we will understand the approach to solve this question. Let's look this example, that is 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the dish 1 will get prepared in 2 minutes. Dish 2 will be prepared in 3 minutes. Similarly, dish 3 will get prepared in 4 minutes, and dish 4 will get prepared in 5 minutes. Now, I have two burners. Firstly, let's select the dish 1, 2, 3, and let's prepare it in burner 1. And let's select burner dish 4 in burner 2. Then what's the sum? Sum will be your 4, 3 plus 7 plus 2, 9. Okay. So total of 9 minutes required in burner 1 to prepare all these 3 dishes. Now, for 4, it requires 5 minutes. So in burner 2, it requires 5 minutes to prepare this 4 dishes. What is the maximum of these two? 9. So it requires total time requires to prepare 9 minutes. Total time requires is 9 minutes to prepare all the dishes. Okay, in 9 minutes we can prepare all the dishes. Now let's see. Can we minimize this duration? Can we minimize this duration? Let's select something else. Let's select, this is burner 1, this is burner 2. Let's select 1, 2, and 3, 4. Here it will be 9, 5 plus 4, 9, and 3 plus 2 will be 5. Again 9 and 5 we are getting. So again it will be max 9. Now let's take another. This is 1, this is burner 2. Here let's take 1, 3, and 2, 5. 1, 3 will give me 6. 2, 5 will give me 8. Okay, max of these two 8. So this is less than 9. So we can select this. So okay, we got less than 9, so we can select this. Now let's check that we can further get anything smaller. That there is anything. Let's take 2, 3 in 1, and 1, 5 in 1. Time taken by dish 2, dish 3 will be 4 plus 3 is equal to 7, and 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. So total time required is 7. So this is what is the minimum. This can be your minimum time. Now we cannot get less than this. We cannot get less than this 7. You can try. We cannot get. There is nothing. Any sum possible that will be giving us less than 7 minutes. Any sequence possible that will give us less than 7 minutes. Now, what pattern we can observe here? The pattern which you can observe here, that is 9 minus 5 is equal to 4. Okay, and here 9 minus 5 is equal to 4. 8 minus 6 is equal to 2, which is less than this 9 minus 5. Okay, which is less than this 4. And 7 minus 7 is equal to 0. So you can make this observation that whenever the sum of total minutes in burner 1 and sum of total minutes in burner 2 required to prepare the dishes, and difference between them is the minimum, then that minute can be taken. then that minute can be taken. Okay. Now let's see another example. Let's say example 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now here in burner 1, in burner 2. Now let's take the minimum difference. What will be your minimum difference? 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2, 9. 9, if I take this 2, 3, 4 in 1 and 1 and 5 in 1. So 9, 6. 9 minus 6 is equal to 3. And we are getting prepared in 9 minutes. Is this minimum? Let's try another. 5 plus 4, 9. 3, 2, 5, 6, it will be same. Let's take 4 plus 3, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 5. Now 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. 5 plus 2, 7, 1, 8. Now 7 and 8 will be giving you 8 minutes. That it requires 8 minutes to prepare this dish. And what is the difference? Difference is 1. Now can we get difference less than 1? Can we get difference less than 1? Is it possible? Let's check for some cases. Let's check 2, 3, 1, 4, 5. It's again giving us 9 and 5, which is this will give us 5 and this will give us 9, sorry 10. So difference is 5. And you can see when the difference is 5, then it is giving us the maximum sum, that is maximum time, that is 10. Okay, till now it is giving us 10 minutes, and here the difference was 3, so it was also smaller. Here the difference was 1, so this was also smaller, the total time which we're taking. So from this you can make this observation pretty sure. This observation is getting validated, that the minimum difference between the sum of total time taken to prepare in burner 1, subtract by or you can minimum of this total time taken by the dishes in burner 2, the minimum difference between these two will be your total time taken. The max of those two will be your total time taken. Let's if we take all dishes in one, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in one dish we do not prepare any dish. Okay, it is 0. So 15 comma 0. So 15 minus 0 is 15. It is the maximum and it takes 15 minutes. So you can see that again, the larger the difference, the more the time. The larger the difference between the sum of these two, the more is the time taken by the uh, this total minutes time to require to prepare this whole thing. Okay, this all dishes. So what approach you can make? The approach you can make, that we can take the sum of n by 2 elements and subtract it with remaining elements, remaining sum of remaining elements, and we can get the minimum difference, and max of these two sum will be your total time, and max of these two sum will be your total time. This observation can be all. Now how you can get this? This is the basically the if you have solved the sum of sub array questions, sum of sub array questions using recursion, then you can solve this question. Okay, this is basically, once we will include something, you can form a recursion tree. Suppose here is the recursion tree. Okay, now once I'm including this one, in one I'm including this 1 plus 2, in once I'm not including, once I'm including this 1 plus 2 plus 3, once I'm not including this 1 plus 2, this third dish, and once I'm including this 1 plus 2 3 in this and once I'm not including. So this is, and between these two the minimum difference will be, and maximum of these two will be your answer. If the difference is minimum, and we will take only those sum whose difference is minimum, and out of those sum the maximum will be your answer. Okay, this is what you can get the assumption. Now why here I have taken n by 2 element? It's obvious, when we will take some difference, when we have array like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then it's or 6 you can say, then it's obvious then that if we take 3 from this first half and 3 from second half, or 3 elements, if we take sum of 3 elements from 1 plus 4 plus 5 or 2 plus 3 plus 6, then only we can get the minimum difference. Matlab, you can take 3 elements in one pair, you can take that maximum of 3 elements in one pair, then you can, there is a lot of possibilities to get the minimum element, get the minimum difference. Okay, this will assure the minimum difference. That's why I have taken n by 2 element. Otherwise you can do by this recursion also, you can put the base condition n by 2 of n by 2 elements. Okay, I will show you the implementation. So this was the observation for this question. Now let's see the implementation. Okay, now we will see the implementation of this other and this is question. But if you have not implemented by your own till now, just go and give it a try. I have explained you the approach that how we will solve this question. Just give it a try. Just check that whether you can code that approach in your language or not. If you are able to give it a try, if you are able to implement, then it's very good. But if you are not able to implement, don't worry, just follow this implementation. Okay, now let's start. Firstly, we will take the number of take a scanner for taking input. Now we will take the number of test cases firstly. Then we will traverse for each test case until it's greater than 0. Okay, while my if there are two test cases, then it will run two times. That's why I've written while t minus minus greater than 0. Here t will be decremented each time it's this operation is performed. Okay, now we will take the input in n, that is your number of dishes. Now we will that what time is, that is your c ith minute. Ith this will take c ith minute, and that I am storing in this array a. Okay, this will be of size n. Here I have taken the input in array. Now do we need something? What I have told you in your approach, we need initial sum. So for initial sum, let takes long sum is equal to 0. Okay, and let's take sum plus is equal to a of I. Here I am adding each element of this array, each element each minute in the sum variable to get the total sum, to get the total minutes that is given in the array. Okay, now what else I have told you, that we will divide this n by 2. We will divide this n by 2 so that we can divide this array in two parts. We get the half of the element because we have to choose half of the element. We have to, then only we can get the minimum difference. Okay, so but if it is even, then we will get the half of the element, that is 4. If n is equal to 4, we will get 2. But if it is odd, then what we will do, then we will add. If it is 3, then if we will check that if it is 3, that is 3 mod 2 is not equal to 0, then we will simply add 1 to it. Okay, this will give us little bit benefit. Now what we need a function. We need a function to calculate to where we will where we will check the difference that I have told you in approach, that where we will check that once we will include in the our sum, our current sum, the current minute, and once we will not include in the current sum. Okay, let's write that function. Let's denote it with dash. Okay, here I will pass I to keep a count that on which index currently I am, then this array a, then this current sum, that sorry initial sum, let's denote it with init sum, initial sum, total number of dishes, and let's take this current sum. Okay, and c. Now why I have taken this c, this c will be checking that is my that current element that I have, once I will include any element in my array, I will increase this counter. Okay, to check that how many elements till now I have considered. If this c has been equal, this c is greater than n, then this will be my base condition. Then I will break the loop, then I will return the loop. Why? Because I have included the half of the array elements and I want min difference. I will get the min difference only when I will include the half of the array elements. Okay, so what should be our base condition, that if c is greater than n, or my I is greater than equal to a dot length, Then we will write some conditions here. Something more will be written, which I will tell you later. Firstly, let's write the two recursive function that we will use here. Once I'm in this, I'm including. Sorry, this will be dish. I'm incrementing this y burn, that I will check if for next loop, I will for next recursive function, I will check for the next index. Okay. Then I'm passing this array. Then I'm passing this init sum, and now in current sum, I'm adding the current element. Okay. And when I'm adding the current element, I'm including this. Increasing this count. Now again, I will call this function. Again, I'm increasing this I by 1. Then I'm passing the initial sum. Then I'm passing the current sum, and now I'm not including this value in current sum, so I will not increase this c value also. Here I will also pass the m. Okay, yes, you can see that I'm including this aith value in this current sum, so that's why I'm increasing this counter. And next time I'm not including, so I'm not including so I'm not increasing this c value. Okay. Now in my initial sum, I will store the remaining of the sum. You can say that, let's denote it with the sum, that what is the remaining sum. Remaining sum will be initial sum minus your current sum. This can be the total minutes taken by second burner, you can say. And in first burner we have taken the current sum, current minute. This will be denoting the total number of minute taken. Current sum will be denoting as the total number of minute taken by burner 1, and remaining sum, initial, that is equal to initial sum minus current sum, will denote as the total minute taken by the taken in burner 2. Okay. Now if this remaining sum minus current sum is greater than or equal to 0, because minutes can be 0 minute or greater than 0. It cannot be it cannot be in negative. Time cannot be in negative. Okay. So we will check that if remaining sum minus current sum is less than or equal to some main element. We will take a global variable to store a main. Okay. Let's take a global variable which we will update for each test case. Let's take long min is equal to integer dot max value. Why max value? To give it some prior value, so that it initially this remaining minus some current sum will be always less than equal to min. So to take care of that condition, we will put this min is equal to integer dot max value. What we else will need? Yeah, I can give that. If it is so, then I will put in min. I will put the integer dot, sorry, this value sum minus current sum. This value I will put. Now what else? Where I will insert my answer, where I will store my answer, where I can store my answer. Here answer will be, what is the answer? Max of this remaining sum and current sum. Now before before calling this function, we will do, we will again this denote this min equals to integer dot, we will initialize this with the integer dot max value, because for every test case because if I will not change it before recursion, then for if there are more than one test case, then min value will be changed, min value will be not integer dot max value. To avoid that confusion, we will put this here. Okay. Then we will call instead of I can start with 0, and I'm passing an initial sum is sum, then n, then current sum is, let's take it 0, and counter is also 0. Now what we will print after calling this function, we can print simply answer. This will be our total implementation. This is the total implementation of the first question. I hope you would have been able to understand this question and understand also the implementation part. This is very observation question. Basically it was the observation question. If you are able to observe this thing, this condition, that we are taking firstly the initial sum, then we are uh, uh, including first once we are including a minute, dish in burner 1, and once we are not and taking the count of that total sum, then we are finding the remaining sum. If you are able to understand these things by test cases, then you can easily implement the question. Otherwise you can again see this video one more time, and it will be then you will understand better. Okay.